Yo, JD here, Tour Limus, and we are at the Inside Line Racing League ILR round 3 here today, which is always, I live stream every single Monday at 8 PM for WOR and then half 7 PM on Fridays for ILR. As I said, this is round 3 at Bahrain. First round I came second, second round I came second, and this round I'm looking to do one better. Currently just behind LCR Leopard for the lead of this championship. So I'm really looking to just try and be consistent, try and pick up some wins. And for the strategy for this race, you can see on the soft tyre, because it's going to be a one-stop strategy, could go on the super softs I think, or even the ultra softs maybe. I might even be completely wrong, maybe the hyper soft underneath this. But really, you want to be starting on this yellow wall soft tyre, because tyre wear is quite high around here. And if you started on a softer compound, it's going to be very difficult to do the one-stop. So basically, this is pretty much a one-shot qualifying session. Do a lap on the mediums, just get used to the track, and then go all for it. Maybe even doing 2 laps, which I am doing here, on the soft tyre. And coming into this race, pace has been extremely good recently. Has some very good results. After getting 2 seconds in the first 2 rounds, winning some league races in other leagues and stuff as well. So I am really on good form at this point. But coming into here, I don't know what it is. I think it's, honestly, I just have a lack of raw pace around here. I just don't feel I can really just extract the full limit of myself and the car around here. And this one here, I was going into it with a very positive attitude, but I knew it was going to be a very difficult task to try and win this race. So I was just going to do everything I can, try and extract everything that I can from within myself. Because there's always going to be tracks where you don't prefer and just don't have as much raw pace as you would like compared to other people.
26.2 is actually not a bad time.
And we do 26.2, as I said.
It was just absolutely rapid, man.
And yeah, as I said there, that's not a bad time by any means or stretch.
Yeah, it feels just so
at
quick.
all. And yeah, in AOR, I think that would have got me 3rd or 4th on the grid.
Yeah, never done 25, so
yeah.
The best I've done is a 26.1, so what did Leopard do? Yeah, it's P2. So yeah, it should be a good race. Yeah, we were very consistent in the race, so yeah, 2 tenths away from 3rd. My championship rival Leopard's in 2nd, so we get quite feisty. The top 4 are very feisty drivers, so you never know.
But with a 26.2, we come P9 in this qualifying session with my rival LCR Leopard for the championship. He is in P2. So that, I wasn't really like angry or any upset or anything at all, because that lap was probably near the max that I could do personally myself. But now we've just got to focus on this race. We've got 4 lights, 5 lights, focusing on getting a good start here. Matira Martin in front of me, and we get an insane start. Our starts recently have been really good. I've done a lot of practice, as I said, on these starts, and we've already made up 2 positions going into turn 1, but now drop that down to 8th, then back into 7th once again, and back down to 8th once again. And I've got, I think, P1R Brown right alongside me, so we're going to take the outside route here because I don't want to get any damage or anything in this race at all. I just want to just get as many points as possibly can. And we've gone around the outside, and we're in P7, so we've made up 2 positions as Alonso, and I'm not sure who else that actually is. I think, if I can even read it properly, I can't even read it properly. Verstappen, I think, as Alonso pushes me out a little bit slightly, but you had the right to racing room there. But we have made a very good start. 2 positions off the line, pretty much, and yeah, some very good traction up there. And this is exactly where I need to be in this race so far. But moving on towards the end of lap 2 now, you can see Leopard, the yellow dot on the Renault, he's currently in 2nd place, but the field is so close because slipstream, this game is pretty much impossible almost to get away from someone. And now we're having a very good run on VSR Verstappen, so we're going to go down the inside here into turn 1, because these are the moves I really do need to be making, but he actually fights it on the outside. And now we're going to try and get some good exit speed coming off this turn 2, getting some good slipstream, and he decides not really to fight this, thankfully, and this should be a relatively comfortable move. And we're now into 6th place now, so 3 positions gained now, with my next target being Veloce Alonso. And as I said, battling is going to be quite big around here because it's very hard to actually overtake from someone. But going towards the end of lap 5 now, I was just struggling with pace, being honest. I just couldn't really close in the lead group. I was about a tenth or two tenths slower per lap. And now Martin has got a good run at me and got past me. It's just, yeah, I just don't think I had the raw pace here. And slipstream, if there's a slipstream train in front of you and you're not in the DRS zone, it's going to be incredibly hard to actually catch up because you need to actually use your ERS and fuel and everything whilst they can save theirs. So we're going to slot in behind Martin now because I know he's got better pace than me at this point in the race. And literally just try and use him to try and get back up to the lead group, which is exactly what we've done. You can see here, we've actually caught the leaders now for the pace of Martin as Snazzy Evans decided to pit quite early. And this is what you need to do. You really need to use someone as a caravan, really, in front of you to kind of really tow you along. And again, staying with the group quite nicely. And Martin and I think Alonso have pitted. Actually, Martin does a little dummy there. He's decided to stay out, and so have I. And again, we're just maybe thinking about doing a move now, actually, in fact, because Leopard, my rival, is just right in front of me now, considering how far we were behind at the end of the first lap. And I really wanted to get a move on now because I wanted to try and put some pressure on him. And I felt at this point, I looked after my tyres pretty well, and I actually felt I had more pace than the guys ahead at this point in the race. So really trying to fight Martin a little bit here. But again, just saving the fuel and ERS as much as possible because we've still got 18 laps of this race to go. I've got CRL Rosberg, my teammate behind me, who's doing a fantastic job. I think we are leading the constructors, and I think quite comfortably at this point in the season. So that is a good thing. Ideally, I want to win the Drivers' Championship and also the Constructors' Championship. But moving back onto here now, getting the DRS zone, and you can see the tyre wear, the rear tyres are on like 60-odd%, but the fronts are not really too bad at this point. And I had a bit of a slow start to this race, but as the stint has gone on, I feel my pace is just getting better and better, particularly when the tyres go off. And maybe for this race, I went with a bit, looking back, maybe a bit too much of an understeer set. You can see through the corners, I'm definitely losing it. But I think on traction, that's where I'm gaining quite a bit of time here. And now I've got a decision to make. Do I pit now or do I pit next lap? Because there is a car, I'm not sure who it is. I think it might be P&R Brown, quite close behind, and I'll probably get held. So I was thinking about going to the pits, but I've decided to continue on because the medium tyres are so slow on the out lap. I decided to go another extra lap because I knew I felt I had good grip in my tyres still. As my teammate goes on once again, I felt I had good grip in my tyres, and it's going to be so hard to overtake. I wanted that fresher pair of tyres. I thought there could even be a chance of an overcut around here. So I managed to make quite a nice pit stop, spotting the braking point quite nicely. And now let's see exactly where I come out. I know Sanzi even pitted a good few laps before me. As you can see, he set the fastest lap of the race to 29.7. He's gone past with Joe as well. And Syra has just got past, and we've just come ahead of Tyrrell Martin. So we actually did do the overcut, as I said. And where's Leopard? Leopard is nowhere near to be seen. I don't know what's happened to him. And he is a long way behind. You can see how far behind he is. And I did a little squiggle to Martin there because I really desperately wanted to stay ahead of him, but he actually goes down the inside because my tyres are still trying to get up to temperature, so I am fighting this quite a bit. Decide to lift off, a little bit of frustration there, but in hindsight, I think that was the right decision to let him go because my tyres are going to get up to temperature. But I really now, this is a chance for me to actually gain points on my rival in the championship when I'm just not really feeling on the same level as I was at the other tracks. This is a track I find very, very difficult for me. And you can see Martin's actually got my DRS zone because my tyres are still getting up to the temperature. And now I'm coming under attack from P1 Brown. But my teammate, CRL Rosberg, has done the overcut on me as well. So just proving again that how bad these tyres, they take a good 2 laps to get up to temperature. And you can see the yellow dot of that Renault has actually closed in as well. So now CRL Rosberg is going to struggle to get up to temperature. And now I need to get in this DRS. It's absolutely crucial that I get in this DRS if I want to get a podium in this race or even have a chance of still winning this race, because tyre wear is pretty significant towards the end of this race. I need to get in this DRS as quick as possible. And you can see he is definitely struggling here. So at this point, my tyres are definitely now starting to get up to the optimal temperature, and you can see the traction coming off here, pretty nice. But yeah, I just need to try and get past him, and if I can't get past him, just use him to get up to the front group because his pace, he was absolutely exceptional around here. He's a pad driver as well, a very, very good pad driver. I've raced with him for many years, and he is very, very good round this track. And the risk of penalties is quite high around here as well. And I don't think we've actually got a single warning so far this race. So a very clean race, which is not as well, it's actually probably more important now that you don't get a penalty because everyone's so up to speed of this game. It's very rare that people actually get more than even the single penalty. So you can't rely on people getting penalties as Joe sets the quickest lap race, then Syra, and we're still not within the 29, so we're still struggling quite a bit at this point. But now, luckily, we're right behind our teammate, and we can hopefully use him. As behind me, LCR Leopard has gone down the inside. I'm not sure who that is. I think it's P1R Brown. And now he is right behind me, so that is not what I want at all. But as Jeff's told me, he's actually got a penalty behind me, so Leopard has got a penalty, so it doesn't matter, really, if he gets past me, as long as I stay within 3 seconds. And that was quite a comforting thing, really, because I wasn't really going to damage my wing or anything at all. But now we're thinking about getting inside my teammate because I've started to become under pressure a little bit from behind, almost making contact, and now trying to get a good exit. But Leopard behind has got a very, very good exit. And I decided not to really defend this because I don't want to lose DRS to Sierra Rosberg. So Leopard has gone down the inside, and normally I would have defended that, but I decided not to because I really want to stick with Sierra Rosberg to hopefully pull us in, like I did with Martin in the first stint, into that lead group and gain even more positions through actually overtaking them, or if they got a penalty of some sort at all. So I felt I was driving actually quite smart this race so far, just being quite calm, quite calculated.
Definitely no team orders here.
And yeah, frustrated, but watching this back now, it's definitely the right thing that I was doing here. But it's just, the pace was just not like how it was at other tracks, and this has been, every time I've raced around here in this game, it just wasn't the same. But we've actually caught up to VSR Syra, and my teammate has actually gone off ahead of us. He's gone completely. His pace was super, super good. But now we're behind LCR Leopard, VSR Syra, and we've got P1R Brown behind us. And now we should be catching the lead group now. We're actually starting to close in them quite a bit now. So there's going to be room for positions to be gained and everything as well. And through this championship, although it's a short championship, every point counts. And you just need to be consistent because you're not going to win every single race, as no one has this season so far. You just need to be consistent. And now I'm going to check to see if there's any penalties ahead of me. And we'll see what Jeff says, as there's a little bit of a battling ahead. And actually, Syra has actually gone down the inside Leopard, which actually allows me to get past him. And for some reason, I thought that was a lap car or something at that point. But Syra is a very, very aggressive driver. And he's just done me a favour there. That means I don't even need to stay within 3 seconds of Leopard. I'm ahead of him, so it doesn't really matter at this point. And I still don't think I've got a single warning this race. And we've got fresher tyres than Syra, so we should be in a position to hopefully actually overtake him now. As you can see, my teammate's putting pressure. I think it's on Veloce Alonso ahead of me, who's pitted quite a bit earlier than me. I think like 2 laps or so earlier. So as I said, it may not seem like anything now, but your tyres, once they drop off around here, they just drop off the cliff absolutely massively here. But again, I just felt the setup I was running here was good on traction, but just the turning speed, you can see through here now, just washing away slightly. I think I should have just gone a bit more aggressive, maybe on the ballast, maybe on the wings or something at all, but something to learn and definitely to try out a lot more for future races. But we've got a good run on VSR Syra now, and Leopard is not too far behind. So again, we're not really going to fight it, even if he comes under attack from me, or if he tries to attack me. I'm not really going to fight it too hard because it's just really not needed at this point. But we get a much better run, and we're actually closer to Syra than Leopard is to us. And now we've got a fantastic run on VSR Syra going to turn 1. So we're going to go round the outside this time, braking just a little bit later, a little bit of rubbing of wheels going through here, trying to get the inside line for the left-hander. Gives me just about enough room here, and now we're going to try and get a good exit as Leopard now is actually starting to attack me. But luckily there's a yellow flag, so that means he actually can't overtake me at this point. So just being nice and calm here, trying not to clip that curb because it can spin you out, getting some good traction and putting in a lean mix. And we're actually starting to catch the 2 cars ahead of me as well. I think Joe is gone in this race. He's done a very good race for him. But the battle for second is well and truly on. It is not over by any means or stretch at all.
Got a penalty as well in front of me.
And yeah, I think Jeff has already told me that Syrah may actually have a penalty. So again, that's probably something I'm going to check on this straight here. And I know Leopard behind me does have one, but the cars ahead of him, I don't know if they have a penalty or not at all. But as I said, I like to finish ahead of people on track rather than just waiting for penalties and stuff as well. I just much prefer that if Jeff can just shut up, please. That'd be really annoying. And yeah, Jeff just confirmed there that he actually does have a penalty. But Alonso and my teammate, I have no idea what kind of penalties they have. But still, you can accumulate penalties pretty easily. So I just really can't lose my focus. Just got to focus on this battle behind, because there's a risk of damage. If I battle myself on Leopard, there's still a risk of damage. And now it's getting a little bit feisty up ahead of here now. And the gap is only 5 seconds this race, so despite not being too happy, the gap is not as bad as I thought it was to the actual leader itself. As Syrah has gone round the outside of Alonso, actually pushes him really, really far out wide now. So they are being extremely, extremely aggressive with each other, which is not what I really want. I really want it to just cleanly sail through. But now they're going side by side into this right-left sequence. And again, let's see what happens here. Going through the left-hander here. And Syrah has actually lost the back of his car ever so slightly, but we're going to go around the outside of him. First gear, just to get the extra rotation. And we've done the move round the outside of him. And I think that was a little bit of a desync from when he actually went round. Probably in his screen, I probably clipped him from behind. But he was still ahead of me. And then I just went on the move around the outside. Just saw the opportunity because I thought he was going to brake quite early. Probably expecting me to go down the inside, and I managed to get the move done, and we're in 5th place in this race ahead of him, a car between myself and my rival for this championship. And Alonso looks like he's struggling quite a bit on his tyres, so there's an opportunity to try and get 4th place in this race, maybe even more considering how many penalties the guys ahead actually have here. But Alonso, a very good friend of mine, but he does like the battle like it's the last lap every single time. So I know I can't afford to get any damage, I can't afford to get any penalties here, but I'm still going to go for it. Just try and maximise as many points as possible. So go around the outside like I did to Syrah before. This time, braking later this time, not locking up, and managing to get the inside for this left-hander here. And getting some good traction off here now, but it seemed to be in a straight line. I was definitely suffering as well in a straight line. Just they seemed to get very good slipstream, but Alonso goes round the outside of me, just correcting the car slightly. And that was to be fair, that was a very good move from him. I wasn't going to fight it too much, as I said before, because I just don't really need to afford to. And I think Leopard has gone down the inside Syrah behind. You can see that red arrow just charging absolutely out of nowhere, and one mistake from any of us in this group and you're going to be losing a lot of positions. There's quite a lot of cars, and I think Leopard's tried to go around the inside of Syrah once again, and now I've got to check to see if they have any penalties, so we'll be able to listen here. And he does have a penalty as well, to my confirmation.
I have a penalty. I'm not going to attack.
So yeah, I wasn't going to attack this. There was absolutely no point at all.
No point.
And Leopard, I don't know what's happened to him. He's dropped way, way down there. That yellow dot, I cannot even see it on my screen unless I'm just colorblind or something. Joe wins the race, coming across the line now. And let's see what position we actually get. We actually do come fourth. And yeah, honestly, I was pretty happy with that. As I said, I would take that.
I'll take that.
Good damage limitation
Leopard
there.
didn't even get in the points.
And that actually puts me in the lead of this championship. Unfortunately, the standings haven't been updated.
I absolutely take that.
And yeah, Leopard, he actually finished
the championship lead
outside the points here. So a very, very good day for me personally. And probably one of my worst tracks out the way now. So a very, very good result for me, considering we were starting in 9th place here. Well done to my teammate. Fantastic job from him. Super, super job. And thank you to everyone who's supporting the streams and everything. I really, really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy this one and catch you soon. Peace.
There's still time. It's